In the bottom left, in the yellow, the favorite in this match, the buff boy from Moscow is HawK. And the top right in the red, hailing from France, a rather new face in the scene, taking it by storm, is KraV. Who's opening with his very own build. Seeing this build, at the beginning I thought, well, look at that, he is playing DK Fiends after all, but no, it's a Ted Fiend build. However, with a crypto.
Yeah, and he's already researching backpack as well. So it might be similar to what you might try and achieve with the Death Knight, where you just harass a lot. I think he's gonna head to the Murloc camp here, the small green, towards the expo of HawK, and you fully expect HawK to fast expand here on this map. I think, did he completely miss the Crypt Lord? Maybe he doesn't know yet. There is an Acolyte as well. A little bit hidden, ready to scout when that expansion is attempted to be taken, but HawK... Okay, there it is. I was wondering for a second if he might not expo, but there's the fourth farm. So this indicates he's definitely gonna want to expo. KraV lends us around here. Very nicely done.
Very unfortunate ensnare on the footy. Does he get out? No, he won't. Did not get the deny, right? I think experience goes to the Crypt Lord. 60 XP now on him. HawK doesn't even have to expand here, honestly. He could just tech up in one base. The Crypt Lord, if he's pressured on low level, doesn't normally do so well. But seems like with the fourth farm, HawK will want to expand here at some point. These experience, all very important. Crypt Lord gets that one. 92 experience now. And a couple more corpses available.
Doesn't have to expand. You ever see that 50 Cent movie, Get Rich or Die Trying? I think HawK took that one to heart, as did many other humans like me, man. Of course he has to expand. You gotta get that cash. It takes money to make money, Remo. Have you heard that?
I have heard of that, true. Big true, Todd. Absolutely, you are once again the wisdom here in this cast. But that opens him up to quite a bit of harass. Here comes the Crypt Lord, here comes the Beetles. That's gonna be some decent damage here against these peasants. Trying to target as many of them as possible. Very stressful situation for HawK. How many peasants is he gonna die? Every single one is gonna hurt quite a bit. 2 super low HP. So far none have fallen, but there we go. The first 2 die. More may follow. So many Beetles still left, and so many more can be summoned.
Yeah, KraV needs to target down those peasants here. Kill as many of them as he can, which will really slow down the tech of HawK. HawK is already... He's queued 4 or 5 peasants just now in his town hall to replace all the ones that he's already lost, and there's still more to come. Because he had backpack, he brought a new Rod of Necromancy, and he's gonna have so many charges of that. It's a peasant slaughter, Remo.
They can run into the main base right now. The Skellies and Beetles can get past the wall. More militia has to be called. HawK's lumber is actually looking great. But the gold is a problem at the moment. Should definitely cancel some of these peasants. 6 in queue right now. Alright, there we go. Cancel some of them. And now we have the expo coming.
Oh, the skeleton, last shot here, gets one more peasant in the main base. And KraV, actually, I wonder what he does with his tier 2 here in terms of second hero, right? There's a chance he could have bought a Dark Ranger, but then it would be weird because you always need a Death Knight and you usually always need a Lich. So he might just go standard into Death Knight. Yeah, there it is. Could drop the Slaughterhouse soon, or he could tech to tier 3 immediately and then make the Slaughterhouse, then the extra Zig. And just play a 1-base style. I mean, I don't think he's going to be expanding here on tier 2. Yeah, there it is. He starts his tier 3.
Perhaps inspired by 120, right? He recently showed that Crypt Lord plus Fiend play. Was that the same build? Do you remember?
No, it was straight Fiend.
Okay.
It was like a Crypt Graveyard opener, so later hero and Fiend's quicker. And he still made it work somehow, like in a scenario where I thought it was going to be terrible. But yeah, as long as he's getting peasant kills here, KraV's doing good, even though his level is not looking amazing. He's just slightly above level 2. Archmage about to counter, but there's a nice tower coming up, almost as if he knew that was coming. KraV, he might be about to lose a Fiend or an Acolyte, or both.
Acolyte down. If the Fiend falls, if the Slaughterhouse is cancelled, great movement by the AM, but the DK comes out, saves the Fiend. But this Slaughterhouse cancel, if he gets it, is also a really big deal. Oh, attacking the tower, the Arcane not quite finished yet. HawK is going to lose the Arcane at the expansion. Oh man. That opens the door for a lot of annoying harass.
And you could probably buy another Road of Necromancy now. I'm guessing it's reloaded in the shop. That fin on the top left-hand side went for a marathon while being chased by wild wolves here chasing it. aka those 3 footmen. Bloodthirsty. KraV is not realizing he's missing an acolyte, or... Oh no, he's on 30 out of 30 already.
Oh my god, that's so annoying.
Wait, he has an acolyte across the map? Oh, he misrallied. There's an acolyte racing alongside the Archmage. What is this?
Yeah, he misclicked it. He may have put it into the group or something. AM returns. This AM got a ton of experience from these Beetle and Skellies, by the way. He almost entirely made it from 3 to 4 with those summons.
Sending back the acolytes. The footmen are like, wait a second. Oh, he drops the Road of Necromancy. Okay, Archmage not close enough, I think, to steal that. That would be epic. But yeah, Mana Pot is there. Level 3 very close for the Crypt Lord here. Can he get some kills?
This Ring of Regen, by the way, for the AM, absolutely amazing. Can be pretty bold with how he goes in, can trade very aggressively. What about HawK's choice, by the way, to make the expansion to the left side of the trees instead of to the right side? That's kind of unusual, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's just like the panic of the moment because you're under so much pressure, you don't even think about it. You're just like, okay, I need to plan down my expo now, and then that's where the peasants kind of are, and then you just put it down. More peasants falling, but to be honest, the lumber of HawK is not doing that bad. Like, he's got, what, 5 peasants from what I can see on the lumber in the main. He can get the lumber upgrade immediately as the lumber mill will finish. And on the expo, I'm sure he's going to be queuing a lot more peasants to kind of catch up. And his tech is not that delayed either. Like, that, the delay that he got on Craft's tier 3 was huge here by killing the 1 acolytes. So very well done.
In the match of Johnny Cage versus X-Lord in the group stages, we saw excellent Crypt Lord harass. Here, the Crypt Lord did some good damage, took out some footies, took out some peasants, but it seems like HawK is still sitting rather stable in the saddle right now. KraV needs to catch up on levels. If the Crypt Lord gets 4 and the DK gets 3, plus the Lich joins on level 2, these undead heroes, we've seen it time and time again, can be super strong. But we're still pretty far away from that point, and this might be perhaps where HawK will try to punch before this critical mass of levels are reached.
Statue being attacked by the water here. You want to pull that back. Kill those water elementals for experience. The statue's attacking even.
HawK just needs to kill 1 Skelly for level 4. I think he doesn't quite realize it though. A lot of footies here, and he pulls them back. I like this. Patience. Don't overcommit the footman. Just like Jamiko has shown. Keep him alive as much as you can. He's got a lot of footies, by the way. 84 supply. Basically only footies with now an MK also come.
Yeah, Castle Tech is going to start. Mountain King's already on the way. And you were mentioning the levels. I don't know that KraV's plan is to just level up here. I think he might just want to do some sort of push, which is what this counter aggression is designed to counter here by HawK. He's really trying to force KraV back inside of his base because he's worried about the push that will happen eventually, where there could be destroyers, there should be Lich with orb as well. And by doing that, he's preventing KraV from creeping, which also gives him more gold, more experience, and more items. So it's very well done, especially because he's not overcommitting right now.
HawK has never researched defend this game. Arguably, there is some good countermeasures against defend with Beetles and Impale, but still against Fiends, it's so effective. I feel like it has to be a must, but Lumber is, I guess, too low for that. We have towers coming and 1 workshop. The norm would be to go double workshop, double barracks, but then again, against Crypt Lord, you definitely want to have some Sanctum units as well.
They're curious what exactly HawK's gonna make. It's not like his lumber is amazing because he's had to make so many towers. But once he gets a workshop, usually there'll be 2 of them to counter any threat from destroyers. There should definitely be at least 1 Sanctum. And usually against Crypt Lord here, you don't go double racks. Because Crypt Lord usually expands and then has access to Banshee. But Crypt Lord on 1 base, there is a chance he might still go double barracks. Because then you kind scout for Banshees and counter accordingly with like breakers, mortars, or even like you can try and start playing with tanks a little more. Well, I'm curious to see what he's gonna add, but for now he's just getting a ton of towers. He just wants to survive the attack that he thinks is gonna be headed his way.
Yeah, with all these run-bys and all these towers, this does smell like tanks to me as well.
Choo-choo!
Johnny Cage showed it very impressively in the fall season against X-Lord on 1 map at least.
You know, HawK had a crazy game actually against Happy. Was it yesterday or today? I feel like sometimes I'm lost in time. But on this map where I used mass tanks, and at the end of the game, he sent his last few tanks in, like he had mined out pretty much. Happy survived with like 3 buildings alive, or 4, I think. So it was incredibly close. But of course, Happy was playing standard. He was also going Banshees, which is probably why HawK also felt forced to go into tanks like this. Because obviously, Banshees can steal Knights. They also have AMS, so it feels like you can't really win the fight at times. But he gets the second Rax now in the main.
Alright, it might just be Knight's Gyros in the end. This is, of course, the go-to. Has been for Human for a long time. Impel on the MK. He might be in trouble. Almost surrounded, trying to TP out. Holds on to the Invul Potion. Doesn't want to have to use it. Nice Stumble to prevent the coil. To hold on to that Invul. He's got the replenishment as well. And now it's about counting seconds. You need this Paladin. You need the Knights. Is HawK ready? Is he going to be ready in time?
He shouldn't even repair, I think. That's a mistake. Because there is usually going to be Impel plus Nova on those peasants, and then the Altar still dies. But actually, is he going to save it? No way. Core the Beast was already used. KraV needs to be on point with the target. Why is he not Impaling Novaing? Maybe he's not sure when the Pala is going to finish. But now the Pala is going to finish because of that. Does it come out on the outside or on the inside of the wall? Oh my god.
Better run, Paladin. He does get out. One Fiend goes down. That coil was way too late. That Fiend should have been saved. Scroll the Beast still running, but perhaps not for too long. Paladin also in trouble. He's getting staffed, but he's next to the castle. Could be getting taken out here rather easily. We do have web, Gyros webbed to the ground. Not too much army though by KraV. Some militia could be called, and then this might be a good defense. Paladin falls, but only level 1. Gonna be back soon. Lich not level 2 yet. Doesn't have the frost armor. That's a huge problem for KraV.
Yeah, the Destroyer is gonna fall very rapidly. It's one Knight putting in work. HawK going straight for all the Fiends. He's getting so many of them. He already has Orb and Staff. Ring of Regen wasn't quite transferred yet, but Mount Tanking has Invuln, Replenishment Potion, and a Scroll of Healing. And that statue is going down. KraV, this is being defended. Oh, he transforms the Destroyer, which dies from the Wet Elemental on the left-hand side.
And suddenly, everything's dead. Only the undead heroes are remaining. He finally has frost armor. But that was the big problem here. KraV should not have engaged into that fight before frost armor. He could have easily stolen the lab away, get the item, get level 2, maybe even get the red. He was a bit overeager, going in too soon. Understandable, of course, going up against the human expansion. You want to push sooner rather than later. But the levels are so important. Traps the MK, but he's got plenty of items to survive with. Well, that stab, however, may have been his death sentence.
Yeah, the towers are in range. Kind of wishes he had a Holy Light here to help out with the Mount Tanking. Like it might be going down. That's when you really regret not having built like a line of farm on the upper part of your tunnel here.
MK goes down, gonna take a while to get back. That was some good experience for KraV as well. He got level 4 Crypt Lord in the meantime. The Knights chasing after the Fiends though, still doing plenty of damage. And again, no frost armor to protect them. And it turns out HawK has plenty of time to get his second hero back.
This is looking really bad now for KraV because the Crypt Lord's very far from 5. He's completely out of mana. He has no Banshee transition. Double Slaughterhouse on one base, and he spammed towers at home. What the hell is that? He has 3 Spirit Towers. He was so sure there was going to be some sort of Zeppelin drop. It's a big investment for absolutely nothing.
Definitely a bit of an overreaction there. Of course, there was a telegraph move by HawK when he was in the north to attack into the main. Well, honestly, one DK, or a couple of Beetles for that matter, plus a Destroyer is enough to deal with AM and footies. That was definitely a clear overinvestment, while now HawK keeps creeping. AM is about to hit level 5 here already. That's fast. And level 2 also for the Paladin, as HawK is getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, that's usually gonna be Brilliance level 3, and there it is. A lot of mana regen. Now that's where you really need to get Mount Tanking level 3 and Pala level 3, but HawK is just so far ahead now. 62 supply. He's creeping as much as he wants to right now. +1 attack already there. He's getting +1 armor, which will benefit both the Knights and the Flying Machines. Wait, why is he sending 2 militia to center?
The town is under siege.
HawK attacking the main, and guess what, Todd? These towers, perhaps they were worth it. Helping now against the Knights? Kind of. They have 6.5 armor. They are fairly tanky. We also have illusions in there. A wonderful impale. Oh my god, hits all the knights. Staff comes in, saves one of them. He has double staff, by the way. Might be triple staff later. This is a great fight position for KraV, and so far he hasn't lost anything. HawK might be overextending right here.
He needs to save all the fiends here. Can he get a coin on that one on time? He tries to go for a knight and he gets it. HawK overextending. It's funny, he got a slaughterhouse and then KraV's probably like, oh, joke's on you. I had another one. And he's ignoring the water here, possibly. That would be some free XP. The expansion in center will be cancelled, and I think KraV might just adapt by taking the top left-hand side one here instead. Bombs are actually very hard to counter here because ideally you'd like to mix in either some sorceresses or some griffins, but there is neither a sanctum or an aviary. So HawK might just spam knights in order to counter this with more upgrades. But yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, against Crypt Lord, usually there is an expo and you never will go 2 racks knights because there is Impale and then he's gonna have the economy to go into Banshees. But here, as much as there is no Banshees, Impale is still very scary, right? If you go for like 7, 8 knights, they can still get impaled and not be attacking and also take quite a bit of damage.
And it's very unusual to see a Crypto this late into the game still having impact with beetles. There's no dispel. There's no breakers to steal them. And these beetles are going to make things very awkward for the knights. If the knights are on A-click, the beetles are going to soak up so much damage. So either the beetles are going to soak up tons of damage, which is great for KraV, or HawK is going to have to micro these knights extremely, extremely well.
Oh, I saw the expo. He's trying to get there before the towers finish. One of those is a cannon tower, so it's going to take a bit longer than the rest. But there is still 2 arcane tower and 2 guard towers as well in support. KraV needs a big fight win here. If HawK can secure one more base, this is going to be in trouble.
Crypto with full mana. We're waiting for the Impale. I could line up one now. The knights nicely stacked up. Where is it? Impale, where is it? There it is! That was a beauty. Hitting 4 of these knights right away. Splitting the knights into different groups. Exactly what you want to do. Target many fiends at the same time. But this is not a bad fight for KraV, it seems like.
He's losing some fiends at the back. And also, it seems like he's going to run out of mana quicker because of that very important Brilliance level 3. Paladin on the threat. He doesn't have Divine Shield. KraV is focused on trying to beat the army of the opponent right now. He's not really targeting the heroes too much. The Water Elemental on the statue is going to take one of them. The other one being targeted. And he cannot morph destroyers because there's those flying machines here just waiting for their time.
Oh, and we have triple staff, Todd. Look at this efficiency. So much value coming out of these items. All 3 have been used. They're all on cooldown. HawK falls back now as his Pally mana begins to dip. And he might just wait for the staffs to become ready again and then take the fight once more. That's super cool. And he's being protected now by these towers.
Knights come back in here. Undead hero starting to be very low on mana. There's no statue nearby to help out. He sent the one back home to repair it. And oh no, KraV made a nap bomb behind this. He didn't even remake a statue. He has no statue.
DK getting storm bolted next to the towers with the Holy Light. This could be dangerous. He's got an invuln. The Pally's out of mana. And HawK is going for a 3rd base on the high ground. At 70 supply, KraV, everything's hurt. He needs to get back to the fountain, but of course, HawK knows where he wants to go.
Don't turn your back on me. Wait, did he actually... Wait, he got Lionhorn? Oh no, he went Divine Shield, actually. The aura was from the one that he found, so he adjusted. So he does have Divine Shield for more survivability. Very nice. And the Ring of Regen, obviously you can't kill yourself with the Paladin. It might be better to leave that on him. But yeah, KraV needs a statue like yesterday, and it's only now about to come out. He didn't repair the other, he forgot the other one at home.
Not having statues here is a big problem. That is what gives Undead the strength in these long, drawn-out fights. Divine Shield used, Paladin safe for now. Holy Light, ooh, the Stormbolt could be the DK's end. He's gonna try to pump fake it. MK in trouble, both with the invul now. One more coil comes in. DK, invul running out soon. He has to be very, very careful now. The Knights, very powerful, 1-1 upgraded, and GG is called 1-0 for HawK.
KraV plays good, but not good enough not to threaten this guy. Has become one of his best matchups recently, Human vs. Undead, and he showed again. He's very, very good at that. KraV made a couple of mistakes, and that's not allowed. Not against HawK. He gave him the opening, tech was cancelled, timings were postponed, and then in the very end, yeah, not having a statue just breaks your neck.
Yeah, it was looking not too bad there for a while with the Impales and the Novas. The Knights were getting whittled down slowly but surely, but the triple staff there also was wonderful by HawK. Very unconventional build. The opening here, not what we're used to seeing from KraV. Maybe it's time to go back into the more normal and try to expand. Although on Last Refuge, that's hard to do because of how strong the human can be here with mercenaries.
I think the biggest mistake was when he went for the altar. I think he should have just stayed click on 8 with everything and then just impale Nova at the peasants that were repairing. Then he would have gotten that altar. And for HawK to overcommit on defending this altar is technically a mistake. Like, this only paid off because KraV messed up. But if he actually would commit to repair and then he would lose the altar with the paladin not coming out, then that means he hasn't restarted an altar elsewhere and he also loses peasants in the process. And then he just kind of gets worn down from that. So yeah, it's unfortunate for KraV. I mean, obviously we're spectators, we can see everything, so we see the progress bar on that paladin. Maybe he was worried that if he overcommitted and the pala came out last second, that would be very bad for him.
KraV already down a map here, of course, but he's a guy with a lot of fighting spirit. He will not tap out of this before it's really, really done. He has, of course, a great practice partner in Starbuck. I'm pretty sure these two will have spend a lot of time together prior to this match. As Starbuck, of course, knows HawK inside out, playing him 4 times in a row. But I hope he has a plan B.
Yeah, I mean, a different variation of Criplord. I think that's going to be his plan on most maps. And of course, he has fighting spirit. Have you seen how many sugar drinks this guy's downing? He's got fighting spirit for day with all that sugar.
Orangina? Well, I guess it's something else today.
It's Fanta today.
How about that 1-0 build? How about Fast Fiend Cryptlord? It worked for the Chinese, right?
Yeah, but it's 1-0. Like, this guy could just recruit random Murlocs on the map and then still make them work in his composition. Like, I don't know if it actually counts.
KraV is probably coming up with his very own thing. We've seen more and more Lich openings also versus human. Wonder if the self-proclaimed Lich King will mix one of these in.
He needs a new drink. He needs a mezzo mix.
Why is a mezzo mix better than Fanta?
It's not. It's actually worse than everything.
What? That's so wrong, Todd. That's so wrong.
You like it?
Of course, it's great. Just as great as Last Refuge, as map number 2. Let's go, everybody.
And this one is looking a little bit more normal. We look towards HawK's side. Of course, there the build is basically always normal. Unless we see pally rifles, but not from this player. And for KraV, it is the Ghoul build. Ghoul opening, which actually means that every hero is more or less viable. Cryptlord, the prime suspect, but also Lich and DK could be playable, and possibly even a Dreadlord.
Nah. Cryptlord guaranteed, bro. It's a sure thing. If he doesn't go Cryptlord, I'll lose my mind. Boom.
Yeah. You lost a bet to me the other day, but here I would not have bet against you. Cryptlord and KraV, it just fits like hand in glove.
What are you bragging about random bets? I don't care about, man. Come on.
Wasn't exactly bragging. I was just saying, stating the facts. You know.
It's a flex.
You know me. I'm all about the truth. Righteous Remo. That's my name.
It's a flex. An unwelcome one, if I might. Alright, KraV, what creep routes does he go for? Is it the straight expo into mercenary camp, very common on this map? HawK, I'm sure, is expecting a creep load. You still want to double check. Like, it's important to know the creep route of the opponent. Maybe even the items might tell you, like, where he might attack or aggressive is going to be or something. And usually as human, for a long time, or during the meta where it was creep load every single game, you would go for the mercenary camp first, but you don't necessarily have to. You can do that as second or third camp as well. It's totally fine.
Close of attack. Great start. for the Archmage Doral Mage Font. That's a dorky name.
That's the name I expect to see in the last duel, man.
If only he was playing in English. HawK trying to be annoying. He has suffered for years. Thanks to all these creeps being pulled on last refuge, he wanted to return the favor. Didn't exactly work out. Instead, his footy almost died, and the expansion is coming up pretty easily here for KraV. While HawK is in fact going for the Merc Camp second, as you suggested. The militia joining perhaps a bit late. But I guess it's good enough.
This is a bit odd, by the way. Like, KraV got a Nerubian tower for like no particular reason. There was no footman really threatening. He sold his town portal, and he sold his altar. I mean, what? Like, you got rid of some of the family jewelry as well at the pawn shop to get some extra gold and expand quicker? Like, this seems like overkill, all of this.
He also went for expansion before Zigu at the natural, so that's a bit greedy. That also means that he's going to be supply stuck for a long time. Not for a long time, that's an exaggeration, but for a bit. So his gold production is somewhat limited. He's got, how many is that? 7 at the moment. Can't go higher than 9, and yeah, you want to have a lot of ghouls here with this group stuff.
Yeah, KraV loves... Yeah, he loves buying mercenaries himself and creeping sometimes even to level 4. And if you're the human, and you're creeping and staying safe on your side of the map as you should because you're worried you're going to lose peasants, it can be tricky to play against him, because once he gets level 4 and he has Impale level 2, that's when you start taking fights and he has full mana in the start of the fight. It's not going to go well for your army and mercenaries.
Dude, look at this Archmage. Ooh, baby. Does he want to keep creeping? I think at least for a little bit, right? You want to start making this town hall protected for a bit. If you get a fast level 4, it's going to be so many water elementals. And this is where the human can really take charge in the late early game stages. Take some scraps around 30 to 40 supply early into the game and wear down the mana. You have way more mana sustain even without a Zoe Mask. But with a Zoe Mask, it's outrageous.
This is typical KraV, by the way. Like, he made the expansion, a Zig there, and a Necropolis, and then he immediately teched without making acolytes for the expansion. So as much as they're gonna be late, his tech is actually incredibly early compared to most undeads, because he techs in the main base like very, very quickly. His Sentry Ward is also so amazing for him because he knows he's like completely protected. So all he has to focus on for now is harassing, and look what he's doing. 4 ghouls on the right side to make sure that he keeps human back at home by threatening the expo. And at the same time, he's gonna start creeping one of the merchants. That's what I was talking about. He loves creeping here with this, more so than any other undead.
Yeah, it's really cool. And this creeping is also being covered by the ghouls. Ghouls won't do too much damage if HawK reacts quickly, but they are creating space. This is pretty cool. HawK now close to level 4. If he creeps the gnolls, he'll have it. It's actually slot starved. Cryptod hoping for that big mana potion. That's the dream drop. One of mana steal, also not bad. And he got the level 4.
He sells one of the Sentry Ward. What? Gets a Staff of Telly. He's gonna steal the lab! How dare you?
Oh my god.
Did it? Take his shredder, do it.
HawK checks his
HawK went to the
merchants.
merchant and he saw nothing. I was wondering what's the staff for. I was like, does he want a staff inside? Actually, that's a defensive staff, just in case he gets attacked in the meantime, so he can go back and defend. But if he staffs on the expo, there's gonna be some surround potential here by this big army of HawK.
Mana Stone for the Cryptod. There we go. That's the big item he was looking for. But HawK has a strong army right here. These Impales are gonna have to do some work.
Yeah, KraV saw him headed there thanks to the Sentry Ward in center, so that's why he has the ghouls perfectly timed. But KraV took a lot of damage on his mercenaries actually, especially the Berserker.
I am in a good position, doesn't offer up too much surface area here. Gets a level 4, but the mana drain means that the Water Elemental is delayed for a little bit. But the Water Elemental and Footies and Berserkers are so strong at this stage against the ghouls. That's why I say it's up to the Cryptod with the Impales to clear this. I think he has to eat this Mana Stone.
Forgot to abolish the Water Elemental. Not the best micro here by KraV. Couple mistakes are gonna cost him dearly. The Shadow Priest actually goes down, Archmage on an absolute tear. And he has so many Water Elementals thanks to the Sobi Mask.
Trying to get this around. Doesn't get the AM. Tries to get the Berserker. Doesn't get that one either. Impale against the Footies. Those go down quickly. The Scourge bone chimes for the beetles and the Crypt Lord really good. The ghouls don't benefit too much because they just simply die so fast. But especially for the Crypt Lord and also the beetles, very nice. More mercs for HawK. One of Mana Steel again. Once more, the next Water Elemental delayed for a bit. But with the replenish especially, look at that mana region on the Archmage. Next Water Elemental is available, and we hardly have any mining anymore at this expansion.
Yeah, KraV, everything was delayed behind this as well. Like his supply plummeted 33 right now to 46. HawK can see that Archmage being almost level 5 is like more units. I want more units. I want to get those water elementals in your face. That's so be masked. And KraV setting up a counter aggression with ghouls, but HawK can very easily buy the Ogre Mauler or the Troll Berserker and defend on his side of the map.
Level 5 Archmage, we got it now. Crypt Lord also about to hit it. The ghouls with a nice surround, get one more kill. Is that level 5 Crypt Lord? Not quite, but he's about to hit it now. And these ghouls... Yeah, is the Berserker enough, I wonder?
DK shows up. He didn't buy any mana potions because of all the chaos in this game. And yeah, on the other side, the ghouls should be defended. They're still finding some damage right now.
Archmage. Impale and Coil could be his end. He needs to be really careful now.
It's very rare that I watch a game of Undead against Human where more Acolytes died than Peasants, but I gotta say, this is pretty satisfying right now.
Ghouls have also died. Don't exclude those. More at the
Hashtag no
expansion
bias.
going down thanks to the slow. And this ghoul run by didn't do that much really. I think it was mainly designed to alleviate pressure, but the pressure's still there. So much mana on this Archmage. This Toby Mask has been stupidly effective.
And that's some of the best value you'll ever see. You can fit so many water elementals in this bad boy.
The player's forces are under attack.
The
Dude,
shot at the expo would be
he
nice.
just summoned a Water Elemental, and now he's got 90 mana. Feels good, man.
Then HawK not missing a bit here with the macro behind this. We got Castle Tech, Mountain King coming up, double Sanctum this time around, so no double barracks. And we should expect the workshops to be started as well as getting the lumber upgrades.
A player's forces are under attack.
MK joins. Now we have a lot more kill for it, especially against Fiends, which normally would be the go-to. And we see Fiends coming for KraV. Double Crypt is the norm here, but it's only single Crypt for KraV. Who reaches tier 3 and goes for the Lich. Level 2 DK. That's a big one, but the item's still up for grabs.
HawK is so good at targeting the statue with the water elemental, and I think KraV doesn't pay enough attention to them. His statue is taking so much damage now. He might just staff out here. Peace. See you later, alligator. Crocodilo.
This DK in a bit of trouble. Stormbolt could be his end, but he does have that invuln.
Forces are under attack.
HawK pushing forward. So much mana still on the Archmage. Level 4. I mean 5.5. Almost. And normally when you play Crypt Lord expansion, you want to get ahead early, have the faster tech, have the faster expansion, and then go for a swift timing, tier 3 with like 60, 70 supply, frenzy ghouls and all that, which can be really hard for the human to hold. But in this game, it doesn't seem like at all like KraV is ahead.
That HawK single-handedly wants the Jester costume to up, and look at his performance, man. It's about to go up 2-0. Crawler feeling picked up by KraV, and he's not playing with frenzy ghouls, but I mean, what is that gonna do against water elementals level 3? Oh, those priests maybe getting caught here. How many acolytes have died? This is ridiculous. I think like upwards of 15 at this point.
And more going down at the expansion. Some priests are dying in the back. HawK will certainly have to TP out of this one. Another priest. Could be sniped. Gets that one as well. Alright. KraV cleans it up. HawK wanted to buy time. He wants to get the pally out. He wants to get the breakers, knights, gyros. The closer we get to 80 supply, the better it is going to be for HawK, as his army usually outscales the undeads. We're so far away from that.
KraV creeping the big red camp here. What would be good? That would be good. Ancient Django of Endurance picked up. gonna creep it pretty fast now that he has Legion Aura, but he's still leaving the Creep Lord around as to not slow himself down much more. That statue should be on mana right now, by the way. Temple of the Damned.
Alright, that's the super late game tech. It takes a long time to come online, but if you get a couple of Master Banshees, they can swing around the late game. So KraV wants to make sure he's not going to get outmatched clearly in the late game. And HawK is still struggling with levels. MK1 and Pally1, that's not too promising.
He's playing bowling with those human units. Look at that impale. Peasants coming in against 60 supply. I don't know about that militia.
I feel like he has to bring them. Just the rest of the army for HawK isn't quite there yet. He doesn't have that big of a force.
Oh,
Cripple on the front line, waiting for the next big impale. Oh my goodness! Lots of damage, but where's the follow-up? Can he get the kills? Paladin dropping low once again. Staff saves him. But the MK might be going down in the meantime. No. Heal potion is there for him. And dude, these frenzy ghouls, with all these auras, are on a tear.
Yeah, KraV needs to build up the Fiend count and then he can add more destroyers. But instead he's doing the opposite. He's getting the Disease Cloud before the first A-bomb. My man! He's gonna add some A-bombs to his mix here. To infect everything with the Disease Clouds. Okay, I don't know about the Destroyer. I was just saying... Oh no, actually he made an A-bomb first. So that's almost gonna be ready here. Disease Cloud is almost finished. And so is HawK.
So many peasants going down, dude. Jesus. No more lumber income from the main. More and more beetles coming in. Priest Dispel. We need it. There we go. We see one Dispel coming through, but the beetles weren't quite all clumped. Another Impale hitting nicely again, hitting amazingly. And the Disease Cloud had also been applied. It's mostly the Water Elementals holding the gates for HawK here.
The Acolytes are shouting from across the map. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. And KraV with a very strong counter here. He's almost level 6 on the Crypt Lord, and he hasn't really been out on the map too much, creeping with the rest of the heroes. He's just that like, he's been fighting all the times from the moment that he did the red on the left-hand side.
That's pretty crazy, dude. This fight keeps on raging on. And I'm about to hit level 6. Do you go Aura or ult in this kind of situation?
I was thinking about the Crypt Lord. What should he get on level 6? Well, I know you're a Locust Swarm hater, so you're gonna say probably not that.
I mean, the beetles at this point are largely, well, not useless, but can be dealt with. So yeah, I think Locust would still be the best. Oh, Crypt Lord with an Imbo Potion.
I just love the sound from Locust Swarm. Can you do
Especially when they all die at the same time.
It's all cats. Oh my god.
HawK just wants to be left alone for it, but he wants to creep. If he gets Pally 3, MK3, that's huge level ups for him, and he shall get it now. KraV still creeping with the Crypt Lord. I gotta say, he's missing out on so much experience because of this.
Yeah, this is unusual, but I guess he wants to make sure he gets the replenishment from the Obsidian statue with the mana. He's still summoning beetles. And HawK actually skipped control magic entirely. That's a mistake here. That's your insurance against beetles. Is to get that, even though it's not very Spellbreaker heavy. It does have Dispel, but as we know, that spell never works, basically.
Can you steal level 3 beetles with one control magic? You know what I mean? Full HP?
I'm not sure, but if you have full mana, I would expect so on the Spellbreaker.
It's like 450 HP on the beetles, or 500 or something like that.
I think the only summon you can't steal is the bear.
And the Water
Yeah.
Elemental also.
And Water Elemental, yeah.
No, but the bear is like, even if you put it on like low HP, you still can steal it, I believe.
Alright, one workshop going down. Priest Master training is coming. HawK trying to get stronger. He's got the level 3 Pally. There we go. That's the levels he wanted. I imagine it's level 2 Clap. Yes,
What
it
is
is.
this undead army, by the way? He has like Mass Banshee and 2 Fiends, that's it.
And he doesn't have any training for the Banshees. Alright, depth training now. Anti-magic, of course, going to be great. But he would love to have Master at this point.
Where's the TP? Oh god, he TP in the middle of
Begging for
everything!
the Impale! That looks
Oh,
like a
they're-
big mistake.
They're getting a skydiving class for free. And that's the tandem one as well. The Crypt Lords he's doing the skydiving on their back for safety.
Oh my god.
Woo! Those priests are gonna melt. Impale Nova. Crypt Lord out of mana, but he has a mana potion. He's waiting for the Book of the Dead. Okay, he uses it next to two priests with 4 mana. Probably not a good idea, but the next Impale lands perfectly.
Oh my god. KraV with 70 supply. HawK has, well, he has some stuff left. Targeting the Crypto once again. DK still with plenty of mana remaining. This seems to be looking rather good for KraV, but he has to TP out. More nukes could have been his end. HawK has to recover. He lost a lot of production though. He doesn't have the workshop anymore, but he remade one at the expansion. Needs for especially some clarities on Pally and Mountain King ASAP.
Wait, did he use Locust Swarm? I didn't see it.
No.
Or rather, I didn't hear it. Okay, so I think... Yeah, on the overlay for me, it shows that he took it, and I see the cooldown, but I think it's a glitch. I think he still has it. Get ready. Get ready for the cat noises.
The Archmage! The Archmage at the shop! He's alone! What's he doing here?
What Archmage, Remo? Peace!
Oh, HawK.
Bio TP. Bio TP. He doesn't have the gold! He sold something and he bought TP in the nick of time and Town Portal. Oh my god, he didn't have the gold. He had like 300s. He probably pressed like Barracks, cancel, shop, TP, double click.
And KraV now with a huge lead seems to be taking this wild game, would be tying up the series here. HawK gonna rely on the Blizzard. This is a lot of damage if he has the time to cast it multiple times in a row.
And the Blizzard's actually landing big time on these albums here. KraV, maybe he reattacked a little too quick, because if you look at the mana on his heroes, it's not actually that high right now. He fought so hard to come back in this game, and it feels like he might be throwing it away here with this attack. I mean, I don't know if that's wise. Clap is gonna land. Oh my god, that's Clap level 2 plus Blizzard.
Clap,
level
Blizzard, frac charge. Look at that damage. KraV has to back up. Everything's so hurt. He needs a heal ward somehow.
He's going back in. KraV,
Just
don't
when
do
I
it.
thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
To the Clap Blizzard. That's bad.
HawK still with a supply deficit. He needs to build stable frontline now. Breakers, Knights, and let the Archmage do the damage along with the Mortar teams and the MK Clap. Still has not bought any clarities in a long time. Seems like that would benefit him so much.
KraV didn't buy TP, by the way. He just went to the shop with the Death Knight. You definitely should have a Town Portal here, because there's going to be so many fights in which you can kill a lot and then get out at the last second before your hero dies, and then you just replenish with statues and go and fight again. For some reason, he's not getting it.
I'm waiting for the Banshee Master Training. It hasn't started yet. Takes a long time to finish, but it can be hugely beneficial. But he's gonna need to spam a lot of mana on these Banshees anyways. He needs the anti-magic against Clap Blizzard.
Yeah.
And also steal some Knights ideally.
His statues are out of mana, actually. That's a big problem. Because even the healing right now is like not complete on those units. So went home, bought double mana pot, still no Town Portal by KraV. Maybe he made the mistake of rewatching that old movie Never Back Down, but that would be a bad time to take that one to heart.
Suddenly HawK's got the big army, 77 supply. Here we go. Strong hero levels, good upgrades. He's got no gyros at all anymore though, right? A surprise destroyer switch would actually be really good.
Runs into the army. He's like, no! Oh, the Impale max range! And he blocked with a ghoul. It might not even need to.
Bye-bye.
Okay, is HawK gonna TP back? Because that last Town Portal, by the way, almost cost him the game single-handedly. Like,
Yeah,
KraV's
you need
gonna
to
be the one that
TP
TPs.
You need to TP in the back. You can't line up for that. Like, line up for the Blizzard like that. Or for the Impale, rather. Like
But that applies to both. Where does KraV TP here? Maybe top left of his shop, but everything's gonna be clumped up immediately. Does he take a safe approach? Maybe under the altar. Don't tell me he TP'd forward. Okay, TP to the left. He needs to impale the Archmage, but he gets bolted first.
Fast
Hawk
TP, but it's gonna get cancelled! He has a normal TP if he wants to get out, or does he want to take this fight? On Blight is a big help here for the Undead. Heal Scroll, perfect timing. Great healing there in the back. So many Impales raining in. We have lots of mana potions on this Crypt Lord. AM probably going to use his mana along with the MK before evacuating. It seems like KraV, though, is breaching the front line for HawK.
Another big Impale lands here. Death Knight's gonna be targeted. He has a health potion, invuln, healing scroll. Archmage tries to get out again. There is no impale. For KraV, he cannot cancel that one, and HawK gets out with a
Good
lot of
timing
units
there.
here. They still have same supplies.
Damn, this is a sick game, dude. Very entertaining map number 2. Region scroll. Clarities, finally. Here we go. HawK was missing those for a while. Should also go for one on the AM. He's actually kind of low mana.
A player's forces are
Ooh,
under
HawK just
attack.
reached triple staff here.
Very hard to control these two armies on both sides perfectly. We have destroyers again. And as mentioned, no gyros at all anymore. It's about mana now. KraV has run out of mana on DK and Lich. Only the Crippler has something remaining. Paladin getting targeted. He does not have Divine Shield. May have to get staffed out here. And he does, but that means the healer is gone out of the fight.
And there is no AMS on anything here. He's retreating. HawK blizzarding himself right now. Needs to be careful. Wanna bomb at the front, about to die. Death Knight out of survivability item. Lich getting targeted. He pops the invuln on time, but Mountain King still walking with so much mana. He's gonna go for the DK on the right hand side. Might be able to get it. There's nothing to escape.
DK runs back in. Oh no, that was a misclick. DK falling and now the aura missing, plus the coil heal. That's a big blow. We have more Impale coming in against the Blizzard. AM out of mana. Everything's out of mana. Nobody can use spells, but look at the mortar teams. Shelling away at the backline. The Banshee's getting eviscerated. Knight's taking care of the Fiends. So many low HP units. HawK seems to finally be doing it on map 2.
And the Paladin is gonna come right back for the fight. He's got basically full mana or close to it. Everything's in the ready for KraV. He can't even escape it without Unholy Aura. He would have needed to instant revive the Death Knight, but maybe he couldn't afford it barely. And KraV is gonna go down 0-2 after an epic game on Last Refugee.
Ooh, boy, that was real close. KraV playing a lot better. How he survived that waterboarding in the beginning of the game, nobody knows. Constant level 3 water or 2 and 3 water elementals at his expansion. Somehow survived this, came in for a great counterattack. That invisible Crypt Lord when HawK was town portaling was a very, very fun play. But also gotta mention, yeah, while he's getting better, in the first 2/3 of this game, I think KraV's micro and macro not on the level of HawK. And where were the Master Banshees and the anti-magic shell? Like, if you go Banshees and so heavy into Banshees, you need to use them.
Yeah, it's really micro-taxing to do this all. To target fire and kite and destroyer dispel and anti-magic and frost armor and coils. Things get overwhelming quite quickly. Very hard to handle these armies, but that's why they're so fun. Was a super bombastic kind of late game. Really, really cool. HawK takes the 2-0, but KraV, he shows that he has a chance here.
Fighting spirit is strong in both of these players. It's a crazy back and forth. The tug of war continues, but KraV is with his back against the wall. We'll see if he will come back now that he's a little hurt. Maybe he gets that extra point of boost that he needs. Just like Norton 360. Boost your machine to the best of its capabilities. We take a tiny little break, set everything up, give these guys a little bit of the rest after this slobber knocker, and then we'll see if it's another 3-0 or if KraV makes this a series. KraV's incredible DreamHack run could end right here if he's not stepping up his game even further. There was progress from map 1 to map 2, but HawK, he's just a bit better today as it seems. Just a little reminder what this is about. If HawK wins, he gets 100 points. He's guaranteed qualified for Stockholm. KraV still has to get 10 points to even tie up with Blade to get to that 6th spot, which could give him still a chance. Is that his last breath that he's breathing here, boys?
It could be. It could also be, however, the beginning, the making of a great storyline. Imagine if now he comes into full swing, starts to come back, moves through, goes to the semifinals, makes perhaps even the final or some other way gets to Stockholm. But HawK, of course, is always a formidable opponent. We would love to see him make it far. KraV has been one of our favorites for a long time. And yeah, you're right. There was a lot of improvement compared to map 1. A really fun map there on Last Refuge, and Echo Isles being our next map should be more of the same. More of 2-base, I would imagine.
It is HawK's pick, Todd. Your comment in picking Echo Isles against KraV.
He's out of his mind.
Why is that?
It's okay. It's like plays somewhat similarly to Last Refuge in that you're supposed to get mercenaries and then expo. But I would say the creep route is maybe a little bit more refined by KraV here with probably less creeping and more aggression early on. I thought that the start was okay by KraV. It's just that the counter-attack he handled very poorly. Going for the lab of HawK was not initially the mistake, but he left some units behind. And his mercenaries in particular took a lot of damage before they got back in position to help defend. And because of that, he lost way too many acolytes. That just kind of snowballed out of there, out of that position for HawK.
We're waiting for the goal from the admin, and then here we go. Of course, tomorrow, DreamHack action continues. 2 more quarterfinals to fill the bracket. We got Johnny Cage versus Happy, and we got Dice versus Exo. The 2 youngest players in the scene take on the veteran Undeads. This is gonna be great, man. The winner bracket finals in the group stage of Asia, plus these 2 quarterfinals. Probably people should call in sick and get a long extended weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the best days here in DreamHack, definitely. So far, we're going to have so many amazing games. And now, our fun series continues. Map 3. Can KraV start the comeback on Echo?
He absolutely has to, as we said. Otherwise, his journey is probably over. Great catching up. He made it to so many quarterfinals when a lot of people were doubting him. He can't doubt himself now. He can absolutely not start that. He needs to bring his absolute A game and believe in himself. This is map 3. This is 3 match points for HawK.
We see a ghoul build for KraV, which certainly should be the Crypt Lord here this time. HawK with the altar pointing south. Yeah, I would like to see a Merc camp here early. Unlike on Last Refuge, this doesn't come with much of a risk. If you go for this Merc camp and the DK harass shows up, then yeah, it can be dicey. But let's be real. This is KraV. There's no way he's going to be DK harassing you.
Yeah, usually not. That would have to be a pretty big mind game, and then of course it would be something that is not well practiced in, and I think HawK gets so much practice against that, and he's one of the best humans. So probably not the best idea. It's the Dreadlord! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Has there been a single successful Dreadlord game recently? I feel like probably not.
One of the worst heroes in the game, usually super stylish. KraV for this gets the fashion bonus point here in today's DreamHack broadcast. But yeah, not known to be the strongest hero. Normally the best thing that the Dreadlord has to offer, especially in the early game, is the ability to sleep surround, force a hero to TP away, and then be left alone on his side for a long time and creep up, get level 3 and maybe level 4 and so on. But here, HawK is going to have an early Shadow Priest. He's going to have Abolish ready right away against this Dreadlord.
Yeah, this is really surprising. HawK definitely is not going to expect it, but guess what? He's scouting anyway. He wants to make sure he knows in case there's something like this happening. And... Is there a sleep?
A
Oh, he even
player's
gets
forces
out.
are
You're not even supposed to
Dude.
get out against this, because sleep, you can sleep from very far away and it lasts a long time, so then it's a guaranteed surround. Was he paying attention, though?
I think he must have. He pulled it back right away. And now he sends in the footy. At this point, even if Dreadlord gets the kill, that's so worth it. This slows down the expansion by so much. This is already not a good start. Footy is not surrounded yet, by the way.
Oh my
and he
God.
Gets out. And he's
This
in the
is so
corner.
bad.
In the back. Oh, this
He's
is...
buying so much time.
Yeah. This is amazing for HawK. Amazing.
The Dreadlord can't even attack as well, so there is not even max damage being applied onto that guy right now. HawK gets a pretty useless item, Talisman of Evasion. I mean, assuming that there is no target on the Archmage. He sells Town Portal, the Altar of Darkness, and some of the golden cutlery that his family had left him probably as well. Take that one expansion, much like last game.
Oh, by the way, doesn't have to expand here. You can also tech and go for a proxy workshop and push the Dreadlord Expo. That can work very well with a Alchemist second. But of course, you can also just play 2 baits, which seems to be the idea here. 4 farms, Militia coming. Archmage going to the Murlocs.
The what? He might tower rush. There is this trend of tower rushing against the Dreadlord because you don't want to let him get a level 3. And he's just Dreadlord, even without aura. He's just gonna have sleep and carry on level 1. So if you tower rush, you literally take away the big thing that Undead was trying to achieve, which is the expansion. You get rid of the 2 zigs, and you expand on that expansion of your opponents. I think it's a tower rush, Remo. I'm scared. Hold me.
I'm holding you tight, Todd. The boys have been called, and you are right. All right, this is something I wasn't familiar with at all. This tower push option. That's cool. That's cool. Going for a staff as well, I guess. Yes,
I
one
think
more
KraV saw
way
it.
to get out of sleep.
With the skeleton. He was running around. He saw like the militia being sent. He's upgrading double tower. Does he cancel? He might even cancel the upgrade. And to be honest, with HawK not taking, I think it might be best to just evacuate the expo. He's gonna try and defend with level 3. Because he's creeping the Null Brutes. So he has Carrion level 2 now, and he has so many Carrions actually.
Going for the peasants right away. Seems like towers won't be coming up here. Acolyte taken out though, and the ghouls, of course, always suffering against the Watch Elementals. We are used to seeing that. Mercenaries, good to take out early.
Oh my god, he's killing so much. KraV's probably like, are you trying to give me Infernal right now? Because I'll take that Infernal.
The Nerobs are still standing though, and KraV might be able to hold over here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, that Berserker would be a big kill. AM would love that experience. So far, hasn't found any bonus damage. It's pretty
He's
unlucky.
not running. Oh.
Hey, lose it. Karen Swarm coming in again, but all the footy's pretty hurt now.
KraV shouldn't make the mistake of even trying to kill this Archmage. He has a Ring of Protection and Talisman of Evasion. There is literally invisible secret services protecting this guy. He's unkillable. Even HawK got the TP to get out. And HawK's still looking to be aggressive now this time around the main base. He might steal that camp at the top as well. Very nicely done.
I think this is alright for HawK. He did good damage already, delayed the expansion by a long time. Now we have the Haunted coming. But tier 2 for HawK, 30% done. Blacksmith is coming, will be finishing. Goes for some towers in the main to be safe. I like that. Against run-bys. And then could be going for that workshop. And that's very dangerous.
Yeah, the 12 o'clock item will be very important. Or maybe KraV to try and get. He's gonna staff back home. I guess he's got quite a bit of mana for Carrion Swarm here. And those mercenaries might end up feeding him a lot of experience here. If HawK's not careful.
He has the window here to cancel the Haunted. The footy sees it, telestaff onto it, and that has to be a cancel. Oh, he could have slept him here against the staff, but wasn't quite fast enough to do it.
Maybe now's the time to go for the Archmage, actually. If he has enough units, and there's not many human units nearby with that Berserker gun, yeah, he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be TP first. Or is it?
It's not a block.
Counter surround. Oh my god, he gets out, but he should still get this one. He should, surely. Surely! No, he doesn't!
Unacceptable. And he techs. Wait. He has only 2 acolytes at the expo. I guess he can get a necropolis there. Gonna make sure he picks up the item. What was it? Wait. Oh, he picked it up with the ghoul already. It's on one of the ghouls. It's replenishment potion. You should definitely transfer that over.
The thing is, KraV does thrive in these kind of weird games. He's been here many times before. Who knows how familiar HawK is with this kind of situation. He sees the expansion timing again with the Water Alley. That's all more experience. If this Dreadlord gets to 5, his Carrion Swarm is going to be serious business.
There was a moment where Dreadlord Expo was all the rage. With, I think Terra was doing it a lot, Sides, Mad Frog. And I remember that HawK played a lot of games against it and at some point got very good, I thought, with one-base pushes and stuff. So he's definitely quite a bit used of facing that style. But now it's a game where I feel like his start wasn't, I would say, good, where he lost a lot of units. A lot of experience was fed. And now it's kind of for KraV, I think, to try and get level 5. And then just spam the Scarions in order to get the win.
When HawK gets to 50, though, with his Rifle Priest army is going to be very strong, especially if he picks up a heal scroll as well. And if then he goes into upkeep with mortar teams, that's still going to be a real threat against his expansion, because KraV is stuck on only ghouls for a long time. He hasn't even made a graveyard yet. Definitely needs to do this now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised at how late it is, but he's not that rich with how much the expo was delayed. Look at this, he even has an acolyte at the bottom of the map, just in case the Archmage comes around so he can staff and maybe buy a bit of time. But yeah, working towards at level 5. The problem is that he doesn't have a Townfall, so those units can't come back home too quickly. I like the two Shadow Priests. He definitely should turn off auto-healing so that he can get rid of Water Elementals. But yeah, this timing is going to look very strong here now. But tier 2 is almost finished. That's going to be a lot of Carrion here with mana potions.
Still no graveyard, so no slaughterhouse on tier 2. Now the graveyard is coming at the expansion, but man, is that one late. Scroll of the Beast, so much damage, going for the narrow. This one seems to be falling. Carrion Swarm though. And yeah, with the shop here, it's gonna have lots of Carrion. I think HawK should take out the shop first and foremost.
Yeah, that would be good actually. No mana potion was bought yet. Carrion lands, but it's not Carrion level 3 yet. It's getting out-healed right now. Ghouls are gonna come in. There is a bunch of Abolish available. Can he get level 5 ASAP? He's trying to do it with the Carrion, and he gets it. Big power level here. And the shop is still up.
HawK now in a weird position, stuck between the Undead main with the Dreadlord and the Ghouls on the left. They're trying to catch out reinforcements as well, I guess. And the army for HawK not too impressive yet, and he doesn't have those mortar teams for that siege damage, so taking out buildings is proving very hard.
Yeah, KraV's being very patient because he used the replenishment potion, so he's waiting for the full effect of that to almost have been completed. Then he'll go for more Carrion. There was no cancel by HawK on this. And HawK's run out of mana now on the Alchemist.
So we're gonna have to TP out here at some point. Finally takes out the Narrow Tower. But this Carrion will destroy this army over time. The Ghoul Flood comes in, trying to take out as many ghouls as he can probably before he has to leave. TP over on the Alchemist. He is tanky. This Ring and Talisman suddenly being valuable. Now has to TP out 2 more ghouls, low HP. That's level 3 for the Alchemist. That's a big one.
HawK lost nothing, I think. He just waited until... This was so perfect, by the way, these items. Like early on, they were not good on the Archmage, but now having Ring and Talisman of Evasion, that Alchemist tanks so much with the Priest healing him with a healing spray. And KraV is down to 28 supply. It is about to be eliminated here from this DreamHack.
I'd love to see HawK just bring over 2 or 3 peasants and then make a proxy workshop right outside the Undead base. For mortar teams, that could be so good. I know I keep mentioning it now for the 4th time, but I've seen it plenty of times. It can look really good. The hope for the Dreadlord is get more and more kills with this Carrion and get to the ultimate. He has to get level 6 to win this game.
The problem is that the Alchemist is going to out-heal so much of his damage. And he has Brilliance level 2. Archmage almost 5. That's so scary against an Undead who's stuck on tier 2 right now.
And still just only ghouls. We have a DK second coming, by the way. The coil, of course, is going to be very valuable, but that means this Dreadlord getting level 6 is almost impossible.
Dreadlord should go around to get back in the main because he needs to be on light, ideally. And like protected, like to be near the shop, ideally too, yeah. Dreadlord's taking so much damage.
Finally, we do have more teams coming, by the way. Not proxy, but coming from the main. Second attack upgrade as well. Crypt taken out. This shop will not be standing for long either. Rather low HP is that building. And the ghouls, when they run in, easily sniped. KraV. Can he get out of this one?
Oh, he bought a mana potion on the ghoul just before the shot dies. Very well done.
Is this like a guillotine or a rear naked choke? Todd, what is this kind of position?
I mean, this is an armbar and he broke his arm here. It's a verbal tap after KraV started screaming in agony because this is going terrible for him right now. Let's see, even if HawK's in trouble here, he could just TP out. I love the sleep here to interrupt the healing, but the Dreadlord's taking so much damage. He's forced to use the invuln. Ghouls are dying very rapidly. He has Vampiric level 1 at least to work with. Sleeps again on the Alchemist. Alchemist doesn't have mana for any more healing spray here.
And gets level 5, going for the Water Alley right away. Not for the Aura. Heal Spray once again. This one not getting cancelled. One more carry-in with Mana Potion. But that was the last one. And KraV has barely any units anymore. So many ghouls are going down. He's trying to target down the priest, but they don't take much damage. The ghouls without Frenzy just simply not doing enough.
Death Knight taking so much damage as well. One more coil onto the Dreadlord. He had one more mana potion. Everything's about to die. HawK not choosing to temple just yet. Oh my god, the next Carrion Swarm could kill so much here. HawK, he's trying to out-heal the damage. It actually healed so much here with that last healing spray. Dreadlord is safe, but the Death Knight is under threat. Mortars now show up. And there is no shop.
Dude, this is level 3 Watch Elementals against ghouls. It doesn't get much better than that. DK and Problems goes down. Level 1, he was very squishy. Death Knight falls, can remake it from the tavern, from the altar, excuse me. KraV, of course, has lots of gold still remaining. Now is spending all of it. But at the moment, sitting at only 31 supply, it's looking dire.
Yeah, KraV queued so many ghouls at the expo on the crypts. Doesn't feel like they're even going to be able to get there. And so far from Infernal as well. It's not like he's 5.8. Right now he's 5.5 only. And it doesn't feel like he's about to kill any units either.
Second more team now in the mix. Remember, 2 upgrades. Pretty scary. Dreadlord in trouble. Dreadlord falls, and that is it. GG, the dream for